Peace. Speaking easy with the coach. It's about almost mid-August in 2023. Coach's Crate Chronicles, and we are chronicling another piece of vinyl from the crate. You see what we got here. I see that Outcast ATLians, peace to Mario and Mike. I heard y'all talking about that. Got the Fugees, Cypress Hill, Third Base, some other stuff. Just crates all over the place. All over the place. But today, we are chronicling G-Rap and DJ Polo, Wanted Dead or Alive. And just some background with this. This was his second album. This album, he did not use Marley Marl. I came to realize, other than Trash Gaddafi, what I noticed, pretty much all the Juice Crew, none of them used Marley Marl as a producer for the most part for their sophomore efforts. Craig G did. I forgot, Craig G did. But other than that, for the most part, they didn't use Marley because they had their own ideas, and they said, Marley, many of them even said Marley, he was there because he had his equipment, not because they loved his sound. So be it. Anyway, this album lyrically, he was killing it. This is when people would say, oh, G-Rap was this and that, and it was like, yeah, he's good. I hear him. Like you hear the skill, like there was a potential, but you really didn't know it. This album is when you got to know it. And it's funny when the first song, which this record actually is skipped, which is why I often say you need two pieces of vinyl, not just that one vinyl, because the grooves don't really, it's a long story, but this one, first album, was produced by a few people. Large Professor was one, but there was a few people. Streets of New York, they did a video. It was something that was in the ballpark of commercialism. It was cool, but it wasn't, you hear that, and then you hear and you say, oh, that's G-Rap. Like when you hear that rapid fire delivery, and my shit's still skipping, when you hear that, it's like, wow, that's when you hear lyrically what G-Rap was. That's Large Professor. Let me tell the production matter and Large Professor matter. This album was, so the credits say on the back, largely produced by Eric B. And you had G-Rap and Large Professor as co-producers for quite a few tracks. Large Professor produced this one, like this is his production. You got G-Rap produced one, Biz produced one, but Eric B got a lot of production credit on this album. And as the word came about, it was supposedly said that Large Professor did all the production, more or less. Eric B just took credit. So one day we're going to talk about it. I don't know what album I'm going to review. It's not going to be the Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em album, but I'm going to review an album. We're going to talk about when some folks get production credit and they may not do a whole lot, but they are due the production credit. Whereas some who get production credit and it's like all you did was sit in the chair and say, I like that. Anyway, let's go on to some other, you had Freddie Fox on there. That song Money in the Bank, that was just like some pimp talk. This is Large Professor through and through, and Eric B can get credit, but this is Large Professor through and through. And G-Rap, just lyrically, like I said, this album, when you listen to it, this is when you hear stories about it was between him and Big Daddy Kane, and so many people would say, no, it was him. It wasn't Kane. That's what a lot of people would say. But all that said, next joint, everyone, when you were a kid, you loved this song. Talk Like Sex. This is like one of those songs I guess he had written for so long, and it was a crazy record. It was, when like I said, when I was a kid, I was like, ooh, play that again. And I got old, it was like, some of the stuff that I grew up, I guess, but lyrically, he was coming with it. Again, Large Professor. I don't care if Eric B put his name on it. And he just, it's like Large Professor's production and that rapid fire G-Rap delivery. It was just, that's what it was. That's what it should have been. And then we got in again. It's kind of commercial, but it was better. Biz produced this. They did a video. It was real tight.
And when I pick up areas like Benson Hurst,
notice how I mentioned Hurst.
A nation of Asian hate shouldn't separate Jamaican from Haitian.
Like I said, it's like basically it was a matter of, it was kind of commercial. It wasn't that rapid fire G-Rap, but it was like, yeah, we like this. And even with that, it was, like you could see lyrically, even though he wasn't rapid fire, you could see he had some lyrics. This is the one, whenever somebody says, why would you say G-Rap is so good? Kool is Back is the name of the song. Just YouTube it. Kool is Back with a K. And this one's Skip. And you heard the skip. That's why I do a lot of takes. But I didn't even care if it skipped this time. It is what it is. Like I said, it's not double vinyl. But I mean, just the rapid fire, the way he was coming with it this song. This is where you say, yeah, this guy is incredible. This is just one verse rapid fire. And this is Play Kool. Lyrically, he was just doing that. I think this album came out in 1990. This was Deathwood. But yeah, he was, G-Rap ahead of his time. This song, Jive Talk, to me, was like one of the best songs on the album. Just because it didn't sound like any of the other songs. And you can hear the cool genius of rap. I don't pray, I burn like a gamma ray. Anyway, this last song called the Polo Club. This was when everybody figured they had to have some type of a house song, club song. New Yorkers especially, because it was like, New Yorkers, y'all don't really like club like that, but they had to keep up. But yeah, this album right here, I said definitely, I think it got 4 mics in the source. I call it a 4. It was a borderline 4.5, but definitely a good album. Like I said, if you're into lyrics, if you're into somebody spitting rapid fire, this is the album. If you're into 21 Savage, you shouldn't even have watched this 8 minutes of footage. So whatever it is, all that said, peace. You speaking easy with the Coach. Coach's Crate Chronicle. Out.